Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Jeb here in the middle of a little editing session, but we wanted to make this video for everyone tuning in, for all of our small business friends who are looking for strategies, tools, approaches for how do you build your business online? What should you be doing to look, feel good, and move forward on social media, the internet, etc. And in this video, we're gonna tell you everything you need to know. Okay, so one of the things that just bothers me so much is businesses that don't invest in their brand. And you'll see this with all kinds of different small businesses, whether it's a pizza shop or a tattoo parlor or, a coffee shop, a store or a business that hasn't invested in developing an aesthetic and a vibe for who they are just misses in today's world. If you look around your local city, community, or whatever, the shops that are getting the attention, the traffic, the visibility are the ones that have dialed in their purpose, their mission, their brand, whether it's from their logo to how they talk about themselves online. You need to put in the time at the beginning of the process to make sure you look and feel good. And what does that look like? A lot of people they don't know how to invest in their brand. Well, I recommend going to Fiverr.com or to Upwork.com and hiring someone to help you develop your brand identity if you don't know anyone yourself. For $100, $200, all the way up to like $500, $1,000. There's really different investment levels of this whole thing. You can get what you need to look good. You can get the logo, you can get the verbiage, you can get a copywriter. Invest in building that. Invest in laying the foundation so as you're moving into these other placements of your brand online, they're gonna look good. So my first step for all of you who are either starting this or trying to refresh what you're doing, go back to your brand, get that honed in, friends and family, whatever it takes to make that feel and look good, like something you're proud to show online. The next one is where you need to be online. What placements do you need to really be able to have that impact on your brand? And there's 4 that we're gonna talk about, and there's an optional 5th. Instagram, Facebook, your website, Google My Business, and maybe YouTube. And that's if for all my people that wanna do content, enjoy the content creation process, throw YouTube in on there. Why do I pick these placements? Why did I filter these out of everything that's available right now? It's because this is where customers go to validate and reinforce if they want to visit your shop or learn more about what you're doing. Think about it. Our generation goes to Instagram or a Facebook page to see what the inside of the space looks like, to read reviews, to see what they're posting about. Are there deals? What's the latest update from this business? They're gonna go to your Instagram or your Facebook page. Other people, we're just Googling businesses. Coffee shops near me, tire shops near me, tattoo parlors near me, whatever that may be. So having your Google My Business listing built out beyond just here's my address and here's my name, add photos, add videos, add posts, get reviews, really reinforce that Google My Business listing with everything that your customers are going to want or your potential customers are going to want to make them walk in the door. So Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, then your website. Now your website really doesn't have to be too crazy, but it has to deliver on a couple things. First one, your brand. Does it look like your brand? Does it feel like your brand? Does it speak like your brand should speak? And if you put in that effort up front, you're gonna have the logos, you're gonna have the graphics, you're gonna have the copy, whatever you need to build out your social media profiles, build your Instagram page, but also build your website. And you can get someone on Upwork or Fiverr to build your website for relatively cheap and make sure it functions and feels good. Link it to your social media. Put that information in that people are going to want when they get to your website, and also have the functionality to do lead conversions. What do I mean by that? You need people to be able to put in their email address or their text number, their phone number when they get to your website in exchange for an offer. You can have an always on 10% off offer, or you could have a deal that people can redeem by putting their information, but make sure you're actively doing lead generation on your website from the beginning, because you're gonna love having that email list or that text database in the future, because it's gonna help you with communication. All right, so those are my placements. That's how you start with your brand. And now we're gonna talk into, now that you have your brand and your placements, what are the strategies to then drive traffic to these touch points, but also to your business? The first one, targeted local advertising, okay? Now what we're talking about here is social media advertising. For $5 to $15 a day, $150 a month, you can do what you have to do to stay relevant in your local market. So when I mean by local advertising, there's a couple of specific ad categories that I recommend. And if you need help doing this, I turn back again to Upwork, Fiverr, partner with a college student. You can find people to help you develop and actually launch these strategies. And there's plenty of talent out there to do this. You're just gonna have to put in a little bit of investment and a little bit of time to find them. But the first one is special event advertising. You as a small business could be sending offers to people to celebrate birthday occasions, ads that are going to get people excited about visiting your business. I know if I was on Facebook and I was getting offered a great deal to come in because it was my birthday, that's an ad that I might respond to. So think about, how can we utilize, what we're thinking about is how can we utilize Ads Manager and the ability to advertise in new ways to engage customers. So the first one, special event advertising. The second one, local lead gen advertising. So we're targeting the geographies around our business. We can do small radiuses, we can do interests, we can add all of the targeting in there that we want to, but these are the categories and the types of ads. Lead generation. What are you doing to get people's text numbers, phone numbers? What are you doing to get people's email addresses so that you can contact them about your business, updates about what you're doing, content you just released, offers you have, events that you're hosting. You need to be developing channels to communicate with your customers to let them know about what's going on. So our advertising is asking people to give us their phone number or give us their email in turn for a deal that they can redeem, or a % off, or a coupon, or a gift card, whatever that looks like for your business. Think about how can you incentivize that conversion to get more people into your database. The last one is going to be general brand awareness. So these are going to be retargeting advertisements off of people that have visited your website. Retargeting advertising is some of the lowest hanging fruit to convert people because they've already showed interest on your website. We're just targeting people that have already visited. So we're retargeting those individuals with updates about deals, offers, specials that we have, and you're using that advertising as a way to maintain consistent touch points with the people that have already showed interest in your website and your ads as well. So those are the three categories that I recommend to really start building out your social media advertising suite. It's gonna be, you can't really afford advertising. Like, I get that. Some of us we're getting started. We don't have anything to invest other than time and hustle. We're gonna love this one, and it's the Instagram DM outreach. Look, guys, social media was built for people to be social, and you as a brand can be social as well and invite people into your space. For example, if I am a small business owner that has a boutique downtown and I know that my target demographic of customers is women that are age 40 to 50 that have kids, then I can go on Instagram and I can find those people in my area and invite them into my space. Maybe I have a free glass of champagne waiting for you when you come in to scroll around, to look around. Or maybe I'm a pizza shop and I'm gonna give you, a free side of garlic knots if you come in off of this DM that I've sent you. But use that local DM outreach to not only let people know that you exist, but to build relationships. Ask them about what they'd be looking for at a concept like yours and have conversations with them. Don't be afraid to just engage customers as a personality online, and then, either subtly work in the idea of your brand or lead with that to see if you can get more people involved, and that costs no money. Social media is free. All right, so we've got advertising, we've got DM outreach. Now we're talking about, as we're building this database of email or text, what do we utilize that with? So think about, what email platform are you using right now? You need to be on one. If you're on Squarespace, it's probably integrated with Squarespace if you have that package, or maybe you're using something like MailChimp, but you need to be proactively engaging customers and keeping them in tune with what's happening at your shop at least once every 2 weeks, if not once a week. This needs to be a pretty constant communication. And it doesn't always have to be buy this or do this. It could be, hey, look at what just happened. Look at this update. Look at this, event that we had. Look at this content we just released. Just think about maintaining branded touch points that let people learn more about who you are, what you do, and why you do it. It doesn't always have to be a deal. All of us, we know when we're being sold to. Customers are smarter now than they ever have been before online. And if every time you reach out to someone, you just ask them to buy something, they're gonna start just screening all of your communication, they're gonna unsubscribe, whatever. So think about what other interesting ways could you communicate with people beyond deals, and use those communication, tactics or strategies in your emails, in your texts, to keep people in tune and up to date. All right, now we have consistent content on social media. So this one is really just the foundational level of being active online, and that's consistently posting and being active on your social media channels. You can find content creators around you to help you create more content, whether it's hiring someone to come in once a month and give you the 20 to 30 photos you need, film some short clips, but you need to be proactively creating content about your brand. And I also said it's optional if you want to be on YouTube, but if you're going to be on YouTube, then you need to think about, how can I create one video a week around what I'm doing? If you're a coffee shop, maybe it's interest about your beans. If it's a tire shop, maybe it's advice about car care. If you're a tattoo shop, maybe it's the before and afters of tattoos you've done. But what type of engaging content can I create around what I'm doing in my business? Using what we're already doing, we're documenting instead of creating something new, while also staying active on your social media. What's gonna be interesting to people online? If you don't know what to create, we've talked about this in a video before, go to Ingrammar.com, go to their profile analyzer, and then put in the account name of an account that you think is doing what you do really well. Maybe it's a competitive shop in a different city that has a really great social media presence. Put in their handle and look to see what content they're doing that you could create. Good artist copy, great artist steal. Don't be afraid to just, reinvent what they're doing for your brand to be engaging on social media. The last one here is going to be local partnerships. We're in Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a lot of great local partnerships that happen. One of my favorite ones is between a local barbershop and a beer shop or a brewery. And what they've done is they've created a beer together that's given to customers when they come in to get a haircut. You can have a beer before you sit down. They've created a beer collaboration between the brewery and the barbershop. The customers are the same. They want these, young men that have money to spend to come to their brewery, also get a haircut. So they're incentivizing and they're marketing each other in a very cooperative way. That's just a unique aspect of the brand. It has a lot of value to the brewery and it has a lot of value to the barbershop, and together, that's just a great example of collaboration working for local businesses. So what's your version of that? Who can you partner with to either create something together, have an event, team up on social, whatever that looks like, to cross promote and engage and pull from each other's fan bases at the end of the day to build each other up together. So those are my top tips, but I got one more pro tip for you, and this is the one that could really move the needle for a lot of people that are interested in marketing to the millennial generation. And I would recommend, if I'm going to do this, that I try to bring in an intern, a high school student, a college student to help me do this. But how are you engaged with local theme accounts on social media? So what I mean by this, and if you don't know what a theme account is platforms like Instagram and TikTok, they have users that have essentially developed profiles around their local geographies. In North Carolina, we have some that are just like local food TikToks or, local location TikTok accounts. Same thing on Instagram. And you can engage with the people that run these profiles, give them free meals, give them deals to then come into your space and showcase it. The content is very simple, but what's great about these accounts is that they've built their audience based off of where they're based. The accounts are usually named in fashion of the location they're based. An example of one in Raleigh is Raleigh Food Picks. And most of the people that are following those accounts are then engaging with it because of where they live. So it's a great geographic targeted approach to work with micro influencers. Some of these are actually pretty big influencers, and to create a fun collaboration with them. Go one step further than a free meal, but maybe you have an event with them. Figure out a fun way. Maybe you do a giveaway. Think about ways to collaborate with them beyond a deal. The hardest part about this, and I recognize this, is the communication, finding them, engaging with them, and bringing them in and converting them. So I would recommend either dedicating a portion of your time to this or having some supplemental help. And if it's someone who's in touch with the generation, if it's someone who engages with these accounts personally, being a younger individual that is either in high school or college, they're probably gonna have a good idea about where to go and how to engage with them to get it done. All right, so that was a lot of information, but I thank you guys so much for tuning in. These are tools, tricks, and tips, tricks, tools, whatever you want to call them, that I would do if I was starting a small business tomorrow. And if you guys need help or clarity on what you should do specifically for your business, get in the comments. I'd love to answer your questions and we can all build together. I'll see you later. Peace.